Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah. Walking in cathedrals with high ceilings, I feel faint, knowing that their origins is built on the blood of the saints. They on a crash course straight to Hades. Josephus try to tell them, ain't no paradise for this people establishing world rebellion. It's a fixed part in the earth reserved for torment, so judgment. No rest, no water, no food to scorch us, with legions of demons waiting to afflict us for boredoms of eternity. The only fragrance is the sapphire and mercury. Your workers of iniquity, Jesuits, Masons. What makes it more relevant when you're hella bent? They be spacing your television, programming how they television sacrifice missing children, erected statues, prolific buildings. Check it for lodges, Czechoslovakian, Bohemian Grove style gore. How they operate, no remorse, got us lost in the system. Chief demons of exorcisms. Many shall say, Lord, Lord, he shall dismiss us. People often perceive evil, not knowing its origin, prince of darkness and its people. People often perceive evil, not knowing its origin, prince of darkness and its people. People often perceive evil, not knowing its origin, prince of darkness and its people. People often perceive evil, not knowing its origin, prince of darkness and its people. Matthew 7:22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? In thy name cast out devils? In thy name done many wonderful works? And then I will confess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
No P-O-P-E, gon' say the P-O-P-E-O-P-L-E, from falling in the deepest of the belly. Scarlet colored devils in Revelation, but they can't see. Matthew 23 verse 9, but they can't read. Y'all been tricked by the magic and the alchemy. Who y'all call father, rock or knock him off the balcony. Ain't nothing but some wolves among sheep, and they ought to eat. But once a liar meet a lion, who becomes the beast? My people on the road to redemption. Once the Father send the Spirit to come speak, we all listen. Just trying to keep the faith in these hell-like conditions. Not submissive, you be in a submission, but we all got a mission. So close to land of milk and honey, we can taste that. Where we build under the Father, you can't break that. Readers trying to bring Jake back, but the whole world hates that.
People often perceive evil, not knowing its origin, prince of darkness and its people. People often perceive evil, not knowing its origin, prince of darkness and its people. People often perceive evil, not knowing its origin, prince of darkness and its people. People often perceive evil, not knowing its origin, prince of darkness and its people. People often perceive evil, not knowing its origin, prince of darkness and its people. People often perceive evil, not knowing its origin, prince of darkness and its people. People often perceive evil.
And it's the music of Castanerio featuring John Boy right here on Let's Talk, brought to you by the Men Empowered Organization on Blog Talk Radio Network at blogtalkradio.com. Well, good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you and yours, wherever you are on this world's wide web. You're listening to Let's Talk, brought to you by the Men Empowered Organization. And tonight is 2nd Esdras, chapter 13. If you'd like to join in on our show conversation while we are here live, hit us up at 347-205-9279. And the chat room is open at this time. We apologize for being late, had a few technical difficulties, but we are here and getting ready to get underway with the Apocrypha, 2nd Esdras, chapter 13.
Atomic Beats.
Never made it, my family devastated, a lifetime just wasted, bitterness has been tasted, because I never made it, my family devastated, a lifetime just wasted, because I never made it.
Living in the world where nothing in this life is free, and making money is what only made sense to me. Make money, take money, that's what I would hear. Pop bottles, get the champagne crystal clear. In a fast car, switching lanes, switching gears, keep the music bumping so I'm drowning out my pain and tears. I'm thinking I would be a famous rapper, make a record about slanging and drugs and name it after everyone that said that I would never make it. So hour after hour I'm pursuing greatness, and never stop to think on how the Lord is gracious, and never stop to thank the Lord for his patience. Too busy on the corner trying to make a statement that you'll kill your own brother, lay him on the pavement. Now how are we supposed to ever build a nation when they feed us false dreams and their aspirations?
Never made it, my family devastated, a lifetime just wasted, bitterness has been tasted, because I never made it, my family devastated, a lifetime just wasted, because I never made it.
We put so much into this world and we can show for it, just to pimp your ride and get someone to show for it. Dope boy, just gotta get the dough, homie. I gotta shine, get the spinners with the chrome on it. If this is life, then consider me a failure. I never made it in this world cause I'm rebellious. I couldn't copy them and do what others do. I gotta live for what is right, I gotta live for what is true. I'm glad I didn't miss the fork in the road, cause I had to pull over for the sake of my soul. So now my bitterness is tasting kinda bittersweet, cause I escaped the devil's trickery, and now I just wanna live for my savior, dodging darts of pagans in a boxing ring with Satan. I got angels in my corner, so who cares how they feel? I ain't making it in this world so I could do the Father's will, real.
Never made it, my family devastated, a lifetime just wasted, bitterness has been tasted, because I never made it, my family devastated, a lifetime just wasted, because I never made it.
If God is all you had and God is all you ever need, just put the two together with some faith just like a mustard seed. The Father's not the Son is not the Father, and the wisdom of this world is foolishness to my power. They slipped the Trinity in the 4th century, but when you look at history, you're feeling all the missing keys. Now I'm on my knees praying that he'll take my sins. I try to find my friends, but they blowing in the wind. This the world we live in, a world that gives me chills, with stocks of corporate lies and politicians kill. Drones is in the hood, they blink and snap your picture. They vaccinate the public, but our children's getting sicker. I try to tell my people, but they don't wanna listen. They either chasing money or caught up in religion. The prophecies was written, I don't know what to tell you. I only thank the Most High that I became a
Never made it, my family devastated, a lifetime just wasted, bitterness has been tasted, because I never made it, my family devastated, a lifetime just wasted, because I never made it.
That's music. That's new music right here. I Never Made It by Rhea Malak featuring Ashley Mom right here. And you can find music like that every Saturday right here on Saturday Night Gospel Jam along with my co-host Sister Fire Harris. So we'll be here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Don't forget, on tomorrow is CSI, Crime Scene Investigation, where we will continue on the Book of Jubilees. And we're getting ready to get started now into 2nd Esdras chapter 13. We're just about finished with 2nd Esdras. It goes to chapter 17. As you can see, we're just about done, and we'll get into the next book in the Apocrypha book. Verse 1, and it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as lead when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, in verse 6, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. Verse 7, but I would have seen the region of, or place, whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. Verse 9, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. Verse 10, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Verse 12, afterward I saw the same man come down from the mountains, and call unto him another peaceable multitude to him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, some of them were bound, and other some brought of them that were offered. Then was I sick through great fear, and I awakened and said, thou hast showed thy servants these wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldst receive my prayer. Show me now yet the interpretation of this dream. For as I conceived in my understanding, woe unto them that shall be left in those days, and much more woe unto them that are not left behind. For they that were not left were in heaviness. Now understand I the things that are laid up in the latter days, which shall happen unto them, and to those that are left behind. Therefore are they come into great perils and many necessities, like as these dreams declare. Yet, verse 20, is it easier for him that is in danger to come into these things than to pass away as a cloud out of the world, and not to see the things that happen in the last days. And you all know, with everything going on, we for sure in these last days, right before the mark of the beast is getting ready to be implemented. Continuing on, in the last days. And he answered unto me and said, verse 21, the interpretation of the vision shall I show thee, and I will open unto thee the things that thou hast required. Verse 22, whereas thou hast spoken of them that are left behind. See, we are going through this much tribulation and not no so-called rapture. This is the interpretation. He that shall endure the pearl in that time had kept himself, that they that be fallen into danger are such as have works and faith toward the Almighty. Verse 24. Know this, therefore, that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead. Let's read that again. Know this, be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead. So if you are left behind in this tribulation, which really started in 70 AD, but the greater is getting ready to happen, you are more blessed than those that are past. Verse 25. This is the meaning of the vision. Whereas thou sawest a man coming up from the midst of the sea. 26. The same is he whom the Most High, the highest, had kept a great season, which by his own self shall deliver his creatures, and he shall order them that are left behind. 27. And whereas thou sawest of his mouth, there came as a blast of wind, and fire, and storm. Verse 28. And that is hail, neither sword nor any instrument of war, but that the rushing in of him destroyed the whole multitude that came to subdue him. This is the interpretation. Verse 29, behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. Verse 30, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And one shall undertake the fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. Time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen which I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. A man ascending, like he went into heaven after he left the disciples and they were just kind of gazing in him. Verse 33, and when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. 34, and an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together as thou sawest them willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. 35, but he shall stand on the top of Mount Zion. Verse 36, and Zion shall come and shall be showed to all men, being prepared and built, like as thou sawest the hills graven without hands. Verse 37, and this, my son, shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into tempest. 38, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame. and he shall destroy them without labor by the law, which is like unto fire. And whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him. We're going to take a break. I think they're signaling me right now to take a break, and we'll be right back right after this. And here is Rabbi Ben Israel featuring LaShawn Pace Rose and Prophecy.
Reflecting the light, so it had to stop. On the block, homies had guns and rode with true killers, but I put my faith in God so my brain could relax. Remember, look at the cover, gun, the book. It was written in our face, but our eyes wouldn't look. I'm shook, we mob deep, but I'm an Israelite. Matthew 3:9 came from a stone, I give you sight. Despite all that I've done, I'm still running, revelations revealed. Am I going or coming? I'm dumping, fully submerged in bath water. Couldn't find a pastor who would do it in my father's name. Running game in my face, till I'm bitter disgust. Who can I trust? Only Yah. Quit there to discuss. Is it much you take heed, and only he knows the hour. Made less than a peasant, though my lyrics have power. Fully submerged in lamb's blood, immersed, victorious in my shine. Shekinah, glorious, shimmers and sparkle like sun rays off raindrops as glory does. So all esteem the Father Most High with us. Now I'm a different person, I am not the same man I was. The Spirit, Holy Messiah, my buzz. My cup runneth over, he overfilleth my cup. Yahusha, Emmanuel, Yah with us. No ifs, ands, or buts. Into rock souls and skinhead sluts and clutch. Rivers of living water overflow my guts. From the depths of his spirit, gon' give it up. Satan, I came to pillage your village and cut the head off the serpent and crush. Stomp like Kurt Frank, buck like Lloyd Banks while you're learning this bump. Born dead, rebirth, newborn, sworn allegiance to the King of Kings. My sword unsheathed, full force wings like swings. Blow angelic wings, ascend to the highest of heights. Angels prepared for battle, all ready to fight. Take flight behind mics with all my might. For our weapons of warfare, but not carnal, but mighty to the tearing down of strongholds. And principalities dwelling high in dark places. Bloodstained soul, rejuvenated, enlightened. You can see it on my face. If you take time to study lines refined, you won't be left behind at the end of time.
Somebody said, how can a brown cow eat green grass and give you white milk? But if you think that's something, God's chemical laboratory of redemption took my black soul and dipped it in red blood, and I came out white as snow. Oh!
Dapper the street.
Lion of Judah. Lion of
Let him go.
All esteem to Yah with much honor to Paul. I love you, Ma. Going down memory lane. I call you never. You know I don't like watching television. I'd rather kick back, relax, and television.
Peace, who this?
This is Rap Bob in Israel. You can reach me directly at 213-858-7603 or email me at rapbobbeats@gmail. Aight? Lion of Judah. Hallelujah.
Malachi.
And welcome back to Let's Talk, bringing you the Apocrypha books, chapter 13. We are now in chapter 13 as well, going to verse 40. Verse 40, tribes which were carried away prisoner out of their own land in the time of Osea the king, whom Salmanasar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. Verse 41, but they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitudes of the heathen and go forth into the further country where never mankind dwelt. And this right here is talking about the northern tribe that split from Israel. Actually, this is the north of Israel. And these tribes split among Levi, Benjamin, and Judah. Verse 42, they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land. Verse 43, and they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow passage of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half. And the same region is called Arsaret, and that means hidden land in the Hebrew, and that particular land that he's talking about is Australia, the islands of the Pacific, as well as North America and South America, including all the Caribbean and West Indies islands. Then dwelt they there until the latter times, and now when they shall begin to come. Verse 47, the highest shall say the springs of the stream again, that they may go through. Therefore sawest thou the multitude with peace. Verse 48, but those that be left behind of the people are they that are found within my borders. Now when he destroyeth the multitude of the nations that are gathered together, he shall defend his people that remain. Verse 50, and them shall he show them great wonders. 51, then said I, O Lord, that bearest rule, show me this. Wherefore have I seen the man coming up from the midst of the sea? 52, and he said unto me, like as thou canst neither seek out nor know the things that are in the deep of the sea, even so can no man upon earth see my son, or those that be with him. But in verse 53, this is the interpretation of that dream, which thou sawest, and whereby thou only art here lighted. 54, for those had forsaken thy own way and applied thy diligence unto my law and sought it. Verse 55, thy life hast thou ordered in wisdom and hast called understanding thy mother. Verse 56. And therefore have I showed thee the treasures of the highest. After other days I will speak of the things unto thee, and declare unto thee mighty and wondrous things. 57. Then went I forth into the field, giving praise and thanks greatly unto the Most High, because of his wonders which he did in time, and because he governeth the same, and such things as fall in their season. And there I sat 3 days. That is the end of chapter 13. When we come back, we'll come and we will conclude and tell you what's on for next week and on tomorrow. We'll be right back. Here's Sister Fire Harris on Let's Talk.
Get it back. The lust we all know burns too well, like a bottle of salt that's just been poured on a fresh open wound. And the thought of being with one woman or one man is the only solution. Otherwise, death will be the penalty for being promiscuous. And it's a picture coming to a theater of many real soon. Melancholy. Oh yes, this monogamy thing is so not the end thing to do. Society and the media says we all should be like each other and just follow the crowd, but the character that is in all of us is what makes us different but similar in so many ways. And don't be fooled by the abracadabra hocus pocus that's been smoke screening your lives, because we are already living in the last days. Melancholy. And why is it so hard for us to fathom just being with one partner for life? Till death do us apart. It's not as out of reach as we all may think. STDs, drugs, and undercover sex scandals have evaded relationships like aliens that's been waiting for years to conquer Earth. And maybe they are among us after all, but in a different way than most can even begin to comprehend. Now, are we sure that being loose as a goose is the way for us to go? We need to check ourselves and come again. But this time, we need to come correct. And Libra Fire is putting a bug in your ear, something for you to think about when your walls are caving in and your manhood is erect. And being different than most, I think it's a choice that we all should choose to make. So stand proud and be different than most before it is too late.
Hi, I'm Miss Coco, creator and host of the Midnight Coco Show here on Coco Radio on blogtalkradio.com. And you've probably heard a lot of different commercials and promos that I do on my show. Well, that's because I use a special software that allows me to create and produce different sound effects for the promos and commercials that I do. Well, now I would like to extend my services. That's right, extending my services to you. I can create professional and good quality sounding commercials and promo ads just for your show. Whether it's 30, 60, or even 2 minutes, I can provide you with this service at an affordable price. Yes, all you have to do is contact me. Listen to all the things that I can do. I can make my voice sound like a man, or I can loop my voice. I can make it swirly. I can do all kind of different things with my voice, as well as putting sound effects like a car horn or flames of fire. All these different sound effects that I can put into your promo ad or commercial. Simply contact me at 323-366-0341. Once again, 323-366-0341. Or email me for more details at midnightcocoshow@gmail.com. Or you can visit my official website at www.cocoshow.webs.com. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead. Contact me and get your commercial or promo ad today on your show.
Malachi.
And welcome back to Let's Talk, brought to you by the Men Empowered Organization right here on the Blog Talk Radio Network. That's going to conclude 2nd Esdras chapter 13, and on next week we will get into chapter 14, and on tomorrow night at 10 p.m. we will get into the book of Jubilees in chapter 20. So I hope you stay tuned. Hopefully we should be on time on tomorrow. We should be on time all the time on tomorrow. So, and as always, we're going to be here again. This is our summer schedule. We're here Wednesday, Thursday, and on. This is our summer schedule until probably maybe around about September, and then we'll probably go back to 5 nights a week. So until tomorrow night, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up and just end it. I see no one has any questions on the line. I got a few faithful here that are listening to us online and on their phones, and I appreciate that. You all cherish this message that we have, and I will go ahead and we're going to move along and get on out of here, and we will see you on tomorrow. But before we go, we're going to leave you with Kwasa featuring Band of Wa, Moving Along. And we are out of here. Shalom, Israel.
Life full of Christ when I'm passing by. Decide to step out the darkness and take a look outside. Ask me why. Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and cup of devils. There's no two masters. You will hold to one, despise the other. Noticing the world form, but now with lack of order. But it's in the Most High's will, so I guess it makes you wonder. Always tough, but the path is narrow, so it must be rough. Even the righteous can fall left and right, so we must focus. Let's hear the whole matter. Fear God, keep His commandments. Don't take it for granted. The time you have, you must cherish. With the word, and the word is my sword. I got a one way to get out of the system, and I'm gone. Cause I'm moving along, whether you follow or not. The journey is long enough, so I'm ready to walk. Pick up my cross, and I will never stop until I give up the ghost, man, I will never drop. Cause I'm moving along, whether you follow or not. The journey is long enough, so I'm ready to walk. Pick up my cross, forever moving forward in search of the kingdom, because it's something greater.
If you could count the amount of stars dispersed throughout the heaven, quadruple the number of sand on earth residing beneath the ocean, how much is that? Take the exact sum of the whole equation, it still wouldn't equal half the times the Most High gave a nation. Forever gracious and merciful to thousands, seeking the kingdom first, your cup will fill up by the ounces. Whether building a mountain up on the out, somewhere pronouncing, stay claiming the name of a higher till I'm no longer bouncing. Move along down the street as I jammed to the beat, came through to intrude and enjoy the view with our quality. Plaza of me proceed upon this journey fervently, making sure that everything which we forsook wasn't in vanity. Longevity, I witnessed under the sun the races won by large and small, though time and chances happen to all. It's neither to the swift or wise or rich, to your surprise, be long suffering and patient when the narrow road arrives.
Cause I'm moving along, whether you follow or not. The journey is long enough, so I'm ready to walk. Picked up my cross, and I will never stop. And until I give up the ghost, I will never drop. Cause I'm moving along, whether you follow or not. The journey is long enough, so I'm ready to walk. Picked up my cross, forever moving forward in search of the kingdom. because it's something greater. Love the Most High with all your heart, soul, and mind. The first and great commandment, no greater that you'll find. Love thy neighbor as self, so I respect all those around me. These who hangs all the laws, they remain forever holy. Rather be with the lowly and the meek, surely. Boldly speaking though and with authority like Christ did. Do we make void the law through faith? God forbid. Be not minded by high things, there's enough in front of us. And through sweat, tears, and blood, be willing to get up. This walk is more than just a travel, so don't be someone frightful when it comes down to the battle. And fear not them that kill the body, not soul. Rather fear him that destroy both soul and body in hell.